Hey Luigi, can you start the webcam, please? And also the microphone, otherwise the live streaming will be stopped by YouTube. Thank you so much.
Okay, can you see? Good morning. Good morning, Emrullah. I pronounced it correctly your name.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry for the terrible delay, but we have some troubles, technical troubles.
Mm-hmm.
So we have only 1 minute to check if the other speakers are linking to the Meet.
Okay.
In other case, we start with you.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. So Dazaina probably we join us after. So Emrullah, I'm presenting you, and so we can start with this first session of the ICCSA conference 2023. Good morning. I'm Luigi Santopietro, the technical assistant of this session and also the chair. And I introduce the first contribute, real-time anomaly detection business process for industrial equipments using Internet of Things and unsupervised machine learning algorithm, provided by Emrullah Gultekin and Mehmet Aktas. And so, Emrullah, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you.
You can share the presentation.
Okay, I share the presentation. Can you see?
Yes. Can you move only to check? Can you move the slides? So perfect.
Okay.
You can go.
Okay, thank you.
Emrullah, sorry. The last thing, you have 15 minutes for the presentation and 5 minutes for the answer question time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Emrullah Gultekin, and I want to present our paper which titles Real-Time Anomaly Detection Business Process for Industrial Equipment Using Internet of Things and Unsupervised Machine Learning Algorithms. It aims to help to solve the problem in the field of industrial equipment maintenance by leveraging the power of IoT and unsupervised machine learning techniques. In this presentation, we will provide an overview of our work, including the fundamental concept, research problem, proposed methodology, prototype application, and conclusion. So, the essential equipment, especially in the industrial sector, plays a critical role in determining production efficiency. A breakdown or a malfunction in this equipment can lead to production stoppage and significant financial losses. Monitoring the condition of this equipment in real time and accurately extending its lifespan through proper maintenance, preventing faulty conditions that may lead to the damage, and even proactively avoiding their occurrence is possible. So we believe that we can use IoT and machine learning techniques for this purpose. Our research focused on developing anomaly detection business process that operates in real time. To lay the foundation for our research, we will begin by discussing the fundamental concept involved in our study. This section will cover key topics such as IoT, Contiki NG, Kuja, data provenance, predictive maintenance, and data stream clustering. The IoT refers to the network of interconnected devices embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies that enables them to collect and exchange data. McKinsey report says the annual economic impact of IoT in 2025 will be in the range of 2.7 to 6.2 trillion USD dollars. 41% of this market is healthcare services and 33% is the industry. And in our research, we leverage the power of IoT to gather real-time data from industrial equipment. Contiki NG is an open source operating system specifically designed for IoT devices. It provides a lightweight and flexible platform for running applications on resource-constrained devices. And in our research, we utilize Contiki NG to enable communication and data collection from IoT devices, which connected to the industrial equipment. There are a few types of setups: Docker image, Vagrant image, or native toolchain installation. We use Docker image for our research. And Kuja is a network simulator that accompanies the Contiki NG operating system. It provides a virtual environment for testing and simulating IoT applications. And with Kuja, we can create realistic scenarios and simulate various conditions to evaluate the effectiveness of our predictive maintenance algorithms. And this allows us to fine-tune our approach before deploying it in real-world industrial settings. Data provenance originates from the French term meaning to come from, and it refers to the documentation of the origin and history and transformations applied to the data. It ensures the integrity and provides a trail of information for auditing and understanding the data lineage. And in our research, data provenance plays a vital role in maintaining the credibility and reliability of the sensor data collected from industrial equipment. And predictive maintenance is an approach that aims to anticipate and prevent equipment failures by analyzing data patterns and identifying potential anomalies. Our research focuses on developing a real-time predictive maintenance system that can minimize downtime, optimize maintenance schedules, and enhance the overall efficiency of industrial equipment. And data stream clustering refers to the process of grouping similar data points in an evolving data stream. In our research, we employ data stream clustering techniques to analyze the continuous flow of sensor data collected from industrial equipment. By identifying cluster or patterns within the data stream, we can detect anomalies or deviations from the normal operating conditions. And in our research, we utilize the data stream clustering algorithms implemented in more massive online analysis framework. We use three data stream clustering algorithms: CluStream, and StreamKM. CluStream is a popular data stream clustering algorithm designed to handle large and evolving data streams. It employs a microcluster-based approach to efficiently summarize and represent the data stream. And Cluster is another algorithm within MODE framework that focused on data stream clustering. It utilizes a hierarchical clustering approach to organize the data into tree-like structure. And StreamKM or streaming k-means is a widely used algorithm for data stream clustering that leverages the popular k-means clustering technique. It operates on a sliding window approach, continuously updating cluster centroid as new data points arrive. So our research seeks to tackle the problem by developing a real-time anomaly detection business process that can identify and predict potential failures in advance. By doing so, we aim to enable proactive maintenance and minimize negative consequences of equipment malfunctions. So our research questions are, what is a good software architecture design of an unsupervised machine learning-based business process for detecting anomalies, which can lead to failures of industrial machines on the streaming data coming from IoT devices? And can clustering algorithms be used effectively for real-time anomaly detection in streaming IoT data? And how can we perform real-time anomaly detection on streaming unlabeled data in IoT system? And which real-time unsupervised machine learning algorithms are best suited for detecting anomalies in streaming IoT data? And proposed methodology. In this section, we will outline our proposed methodology for achieving real-time anomaly detecting in industrial equipment. Our approach leverages the power of IoT, allowing us to collect vast amounts of sensor data from the machinery. And we will then employ unsupervised machine learning algorithms to analyze this data and identify patterns that indicate anomalies or potential failures. This is our proposed business process. And as I said, we aim to detect and intervene in the errors of large industrial machines without causing any damage to the machines by using real-time unsupervised machine learning methods on unlabeled data. So the goal is to detect and intervene in errors in real time through the proposed process as shown here in figure. Here, sensor environments are sensor environment data and sensor device data are first obtained from IoT devices equipped with a mobile operating system, such as Contiki NG. Then the streaming data undergoes various operations and is clustered using clustering algorithms within a streaming machine learning library, such as MOA, and domain-specific features such as temperature, pressure differentials, humidity sensor values, flow sensor values, level sensor values, and vibration patterns can be used to extract the information specific to the IoT system. And these features can be used to identify anomalies that are unique to the system or the environment it is operating in. In addition to this, metadata information related to specific features of the IoT devices can be added. Information such as battery level, memory status, CPU status, sensor ID, and sensor type. And here we use some real-time clustering algorithms. We use clustering and StreamKM, which comes with more library. And we try to cluster the data coming from IoT devices, and we try to find the outliers here. And if we can see an increase of outliers in data, and so we can take measures before the failure occurs. And this is proposed data processing and analysis process. As you can see here, we have the IoT devices. We have a RPL border router, which connect to the internet. And we take the data from the IoT devices. We have more streaming machine library. First, we have a data offset, then we have streaming data, and we evaluate the data to cluster the data and to get the outliers. And we calculate the outliers counts. For prototype application, we use Contiki NG, Contiki Next Generation as operating system, Node.js for serving the services as REST APIs, Docker for container solution, and PostgreSQL for storing the data in the database. As I said, we use more machine learning library, and we use Java as programming language, Eclipse as tool. These are our applications and versions which we use. And dataset. For testing our proposed process, we utilize the NASA turbofan jet engine dataset, which contains a large number of records and presents a challenging program for anomaly detection. It has more than 60,000 running observation, and the data includes anomalies until the system failure. It has 26 columns, engine number, cycle, and sensor data. As I said, our starting point was machines should exhibit certain abnormalities before experiencing failures. So if you can detect an increase in the number of anomalies as we approach the occurrence of failure, so we can predict and take preventive measures based on these anomaly situations. As you can see, we have 3 algorithms, and the first one is clustering algorithm. The second one is clustering, and the third one is stream KM. And as you can see, there is an increase of outliers, so anomalies, for 3 of them. So we observed that as the number of outliers in the running observation data increases, the industrial equipment is more likely to fail. So such real-time anomaly detection system can prevent the system from failures by keeping track of the increasing anomaly behaviors. And this is a table of the results. You can see here the observation numbers of total data. This is the percentage, the cluster count, outlier number, and V measure. As you can see here for the stream KM utilizes the Cummins algorithm. So it is important to provide the correct clustering value for the number of the clusters. So instead of the randomly assigning this clustering count, we aim to find the optimal key value for data. To achieve this, we use the silhouette method and determine that for this data set, the optimal key value is 3. And as you can see, we have here V-measure values. We use the V-measure method to measure the quality of clustering results. So it can be seen that the clustering performance here with all 3 algorithms is of high quality according to these V-measure values. This results indicates that the algorithm using IoT and machine learning technologies may be more suitable for real-time anomaly detection in industrial equipment. So conclusion, we will conclude the presentation by summarizing our key findings and contributions. Our research project demonstrates the potential of IoT and unsupervised machine learning algorithms in predictive maintenance practices for this industrial equipment. So we propose a business process, we provide a prototype implementation, and we conduct an experimental study of the prototype implementation. We use the NASA turbofan jet engine dataset. We calculate the number of outliers over time. And we use unsupervised machine learning techniques, and we report the results. In future studies, we can increase the number of machine learning algorithms, and we can utilize deep learning approaches, and we can evaluate this with different data sets. These are references which we used in our research. And this was my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Emrullah. And if you can stop the share, so we can see.
Okay.
No, sorry.
So,
no, excuse me.
So?
We have to.
Sorry.
Please,
It's very interesting your presentation, and only think, Emrullah, your methodology proposal and your application could be provided for other data sets as example for turbines. considering the renewable energy system, or such as in order to improve the production, the assessment, all the industrial processes, as you think about this?
Yes, of course. It depends on data sets. We can use different data sets also for our prototype. We use NASA dataset for this purpose because in NASA dataset there are data, and the end of the data is a failure. So the motor engine stops, and we want to see if we can get the anomalies, and there is an increase of anomalies before the failure. So this data set was very good for our research, but of course the other data sets also can be used.
Thank you, Emrola. We wait for other question from the stage. I don't know. I see Modestos. I don't know if Modestos has something to ask you, something curiosity.
Apologies, I lost most of the presentation, so I came in a bit late. So apologies, I don't have a question.
No problem.
No problem, Modestos. So Emrola, thank you again. Sorry for the delay. I'm very happy I received your email, so I'm very happy that you stay here and can present your contribute. And so we are waiting for the other contributes. I'm online, and if you want stay with us, you can attend the other presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Luigi, is this the second presentation?
Yes, it is the second presentation. The other presentation are not joined before, so we are waiting for those other presentations.
Okay, so I guess Burgos, Elizabeth Burgos presented, and Ermular.
No, Elisa, only Emrula presented this
okay,
contribute.
So
the other are late, but
okay,
we are here.
Actually, I had a problem connecting earlier, so yeah, I was late myself.
Me too, as conference were too late for technical problems, so don't worry.
Yeah.
It's a common trouble and a common issue.
Yeah. I managed to connect before, but then the right moment it was not working. Anyways,
don't worry.
So we expect Burgos and then all the others, I guess.
Burgos, and then the contribute from Maria Campuzano, Marcia Bayas, and Ronald Rovira. Alicia Germania, Andrea De Vera, and Takumi Kato.
Okay. So I see that the next is 9:40. So
yeah,
we have
probably there's another hour. So we are waiting them.
Yes. And you are located in. Where are you located?
In the National Technical University of Athens.
Okay. You're actually there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm providing the presentation from here.
Okay, so you came from Italy?
Yeah.
Alright.
I came from Italy, and so I'm the technical assistant of several
Sessions.
sessions. Yes.
Yeah.
In this case, I provide also for the chair of the session.
Okay, I see. Actually, I was about to come to Athens because I'm in Greece now. I'm in Syros, but at the same time, another summer school was scheduled, so I couldn't leave. And yeah, things happen, you know.
But
At the same time, we have multiple obligations, and it's difficult to be in two different spaces at the same time. This is the thing. We haven't solved that
yeah.
issue yet.
Yeah, but virtual mode save us to share this contemporary appointment.
Yes, indeed. And I guess some people might be joining from Latin America, so it might be, I don't know, really early for them.
Probably, yeah, because they are from 6 to 8 or 10 hours before Europe.
Yes. We had these issues in joining meetings with them because we had to do them late in the afternoon so as to be easy for them to join us.
Yeah.
Because it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, now I don't know what time it's in Latin America, but probably it's like 5 or 6 in the morning.
It's not very suitable.
Okay, do you have any question?
Oh, it's actually it's 2 o'clock in the morning in Ecuador.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Okay, hi Abraham. It's,
Because I see the first presentation is related to Ecuador, so I guess, and they are from there. So yes.
that is
Anyways, let's wait.
Sorry for the misunderstanding at one while, but with another colleague we share a same room with the virtual room. So
Yeah.
we are
You're setting the actual room.
yeah we are in one room, two virtual rooms. So if sometimes you hear something about the other session,
Don't worry.
don't worry, it's alright.
It's not too loud anyway, so it's okay. But it's another issue we have to solve. You see, we solved the space problem, but it's with virtual rooms, but we cannot solve the collocated problem.
Yes, it will be necessary planning.
I guess most people are in bed now because I see the Maria Campuzano her colleagues are also from Santa Elena, which means
Thanks, Boris.
which means they are from University Santa Elena. Oh, I don't think they will join us.
Yeah, my colleague stopped it so I can answer to your to your observation.
Okay.
And sorry, but anyway, yes, people are coming from all part of the world, so probably they can't join with us. Probably.
Actually, the next two sessions we have are from Ecuador, Santa Elena University in Santa Elena, and then we have Takumi Kato, who is from Japan. Maybe he joins because now it's afternoon in Japan.
Yes, probably we have to attend him because he is the last one of the session, so probably he joined the session at 10 o'clock, probably 20 minutes before.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, we mute, I guess,
Yeah.
and we close cameras and wait for someone to
Yeah.
give us some sign of life.
we open, we attend day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. See you in a bit, Luigi.
See you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Irene.
Good morning. I don't know if someone that just joined presents. If you do so, please let us know.
I will.
Okay, give me a second.
I will. I think at 10:20, something like this.
10:20. Sorry, but actually we have. Can you tell us the name of the paper, please?
Culture and the City towards a learn aspect.
Probably it's on another session.
I click from the program
Yes.
on the home page. I should be in room, I think, RA.
Let me see. I see your paper. It's on another session, I guess.
Yeah, Modestos.
But yes.
Can you hear me? Irene is in the room of my colleague, the other virtual with me,
Yeah.
Julia.
In G room, Irene,
Hi.
but 11.
I clicked.
Next session.
I clicked on the Jitsi of the program that was indicated just above the program of my session. So let me know how can I reach the other room.
Okay, I try to
the technical stuff. We
Yeah.
can
Let me
have
know.
some better information about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, they do have a different link. If you see the URL is different, but I don't know if there is a conflict or something.
If someone can just copy paste here the link
Yeah,
to the right
give me a
direction.
second, and I'll copy and paste your.
Thank you.
Give me a second. Okay, I think your session is this one.
Okay.
But if you click it and there is a problem with the configuration, probably you will join again here.
Okay.
But anyways, all right.
Thank you.
See
Bye.
you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
You. Modesto.
Hello.
If you prefer,
I can hear some noise.
yeah.
Actually,
my headphone.
Yeah.
Had some troubles, but are now okay. I seen connected Takumi Kato.
Yeah, I can see. Yes, but I don't know if Mr. Kato, if you hear us. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. We are waiting for the in between papers to show up. Your paper, Mr. Kato, is at 10:20, scheduled for 10:20, I think.
Yes, it's the last one.
It's the last one, yes. But let's say if no one attends at 10, maybe we can start. I don't know if you agree with that. Okay, no problem.
Takumi, you can start.
Okay. Yes. I don't know if there is voice, but we cannot hear it. I don't know if you hear it, but I cannot.
Foreign cultures, evidence from the Tokyo 2020 Games.
Perfect, thank you.
First, I will talk about the background and the purpose. Gaining competitive advantage through city internationalization has received considerable attention. Governments and companies worldwide have started to explore rating indexes. In Japan, the Tokyo metropolitan government has clearly expressed its intention to internationalize. One of its activities was the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics 2020. By holding this mega event, the Tokyo metropolitan government aimed to realize, supported by constructing stadium and other facilities, digital signatures, and smartphone applications. To truly achieve city internationalization, considering only the facilities and system is insufficient owing to the lack of public awareness. For example, in the tourism context, frustrated locals have consistently voiced their complaints about the hordes of foreign tourists. However, splendid the facilities are, internationalization remains difficult when such negative sentiments remain among citizens. This study clarifies the impact of hosting the Olympics on citizens' interest in foreign cultures. This slide shows the purpose of this research. Existing literature on Olympic effects is largely limited to three aspects: development of facilities, economic effects, and strengthening of city brand. Academically, little has been discussed about the impact of the Olympics on the international conscience of citizens. This study clarifies the impact of hosting the Olympics on citizens' interest in foreign cultures. Applying a multiple regression analysis based on an online surveys conducted in 2019 to 2022 in Japan. Next, I will talk about the hypothesis development. There are mainly three representative Olympic effects. First one is development of urban facilities. As the Olympic provides a great opportunity to improve cities, Olympic functions are key urban development strategies. To prepare for 2008 Summer Olympics, Beijing made significant environmental cleanup efforts. This reduced deaths and outpatient visits in the city due to lower air pollution. Next one is economic effect. Hosting the Olympic attracts tourists from around the world and contributes to related business. From 8 years before to 16 years after the Olympics, the arrival of tourists from abroad significantly increased. The last one is strengthening of a city's brand. Strengthening of a city's brand, the host country aimed to promote the country's brand image. By hosting the Winter Olympics 2006, Turin transformed into internationally recognized cultural city. Hosting events in one's own country tend to increase awareness of sports among citizens. Another aspect of civic attitude is the culture of other countries. Athletes from many countries interact with citizens, and the media also introduce foreign cultures and customs. Accordingly, following hypothesis was formulated in this study. Hypothesis 1, hosting the Olympic positively impacts citizens' interest in foreign cultures. However, egoism is prevalent in modern society, and people focus on their own interests above all else. People with low self-esteem are particularly concerned about themselves, which makes them more likely to be jealous of others. Conversely, people with high self-esteem are more likely to be interested in others. Hence, the magnitude of the effect on citizens' interest in foreign cultures changes depending on people's sense of well-being in life. Accordingly, next hypothesis was formulated in this study. Hypothesis 2, hosting the Olympic positively impacts citizens' interest in foreign cultures among happy citizens. Next, I will talk about the methodology. This study used online surveys targeting Japan's capital around the Tokyo Prefecture and Kansai around Osaka Prefecture areas. Surveys were conducted once yearly, 4 times in total from 2019 to 2022 by the Yoshida Hideo Memorial Foundation. Total sample size is 30,131. Age ranges from teens to 60s. This table shows the respondent attributes. This table shows the 20 questions used in this study. Basic attributes, number 1 to 5. Please choose your age. Please choose your gender. Please choose your marital status. Please choose your annual household income. Please choose your residence area. Next, happiness, number 6. I'm satisfied with my life. Life values, number 7 to 11. Compared to beginnings of the year, the family budget situation has improved. Number 8, I feel that the economy will improve in 5 years. I generally strive to buy products at the lowest price. I always strive for the best quality. I enjoy exchanging ideas with people from other countries and countries. The last one is interest in foreign cultures. I am interested in learning more about the people who live in other countries. Questions about value include items related to money, shopping, that affect life satisfaction. This table shows that in addition to each survey item, after the COVID-19 dummy, 1 means 2022, 2020 to 2022 survey, and 0 for others. And after the Olympic dummy were added. To verify hypothesis 1, the objective variable included degree of interest in foreign cultures, number 12. The explanatory variable was Olympic dummy, and other variables were control variables. This is model 1. For H2 verification, I applied interaction between after Olympic dummy and happiness. This model is model 2. Next, I will talk about the result and implications. The mean values of happiness and interest in foreign cultures by year were confirmed. Left figure shows the happiness in the years 2019, 2.837, 2020, 2.871, 2021, 2.877, and 2022, 2.911. So little fluctuation. Right figure shows the interest in foreign cultures, also roughly has the same score as 2019, 2.866, 2020, 2.872, 2021, 2.888, and 2022, 2.901. This table shows that the result of model 1's multiple regressions analysis show no significant effect of the Olympics on interest in foreign cultures. Adjusted R-square was 0.660, confirming the validity of this model. The maximum variance inflation factor of this model is 1.491, and there is little concern about multipolarity. Hence, hypothesis 1 was unsupported. The right side shows the model 2. This figure shows that people with low happiness exhibit a negative effect of interest in foreign cultures. So H2, hosting the Olympic positively impact citizens' interest in foreign cultures among happy citizens was unsupported. This study has two practical implications. Citizens' interest in foreign culture brought by the Olympic is conditional on citizens' sense of happiness. Hence, public sentiment should be improved before the Olympic is held. Practitioners should not depend on the Olympics to instantly improve public sentiment across the board. Public well-being has not been significantly damaged by COVID-19. Despite the negative tone of the media on the impact of the pandemic, no change in consumer well-being responses was found. Making a decision based on the objective data is essential without being misled by the excessive disclosure in the world. At last, I will talk about the future work. This study has some limitations. First, the result generalization is limited because the study on targets a Japanese market. Second, this study is limited in that the evaluation results were obtained during the COVID-19 period. Many negative options were expressed about the holding of Olympics during the pandemic. The effect on citizens' interest in foreign cultures may be different from the regular Olympics. Therefore, conducting similar verification under normal circumstances may be an ideal topic for future research. Thank you, that's it.
Thank you, Takumi, for your presentation. We can ask some questions. If you are able to answer them orally, then you do. If you cannot, then you can type your answer. I don't know if anyone from the audience wants to pose a question on this paper. Okay, so I will ask something. I understand that this is a research of what is the current state. So maybe some insights of what are the potential strategies that maybe governments or people interested in maybe participating in such events could employ to improve the public sentiment and citizens' cooperation in order to maybe internationalize their cities in conjunction with hosting such events. If you have any insights that can be possibly implemented even before or after the Olympics. I understand that this probably is future work, but if you have any insights from your research, it would be okay. So the answer is the Olympic interest in foreign cultures was premised on the well-being of citizens. Therefore, it is difficult for the administration to admit to increase happiness through the Olympics. And do you think that there are any long-term socio-cultural impacts in hosting Olympics? Maybe on citizens or the citizens' happiness? Okay, so ideally the Olympics, the answer is that the Olympics should be held after the happiness is controlled, and companies should refrain from advertising for the Olympics if public sentiment is not positive. Okay, understandable. I guess it is very much related to the local sociocultural status, and maybe every different society or culture or country will approach this differently, and this depends on the current status of the society, I guess. But yeah, okay. I don't know if there are any other questions on this paper. I don't know if you, Luigi, want to add something.
No.
Okay.
It was exhaustive, the answer to your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Kato. And
excuse me, may I interrupt? I could just connect. I was due 11:30, and Maria Campuzano. I don't know if there's enough time.
Yes,
if I could present
of course,
briefly,
of course,
please.
Of course, Maria. We understand that you're on a very different time zone, and I can imagine it's early in the morning in Santa Elena now.
Yeah, sorry, and I had some internet problems, but now I solved.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Would really appreciate if I could present my paper.
Of course, you can present your paper. No problem.
Please, would you let me know if you can see it okay?
I can see your presentation, and yes, we can hear you very well, so you can start with your presentation. Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you. Yeah, so I will present now a paper called Recycling Bin, based on the Internet of Things for Santa Elena province. We are based in Ecuador, in Santa Elena province, and we are part of the Universidad Estatal Península de Santa Elena. The agenda for today: introduction, methodology, results discussion, conclusion, and further research. So for the introduction, we have that as city continue to grow and industrialize, municipal solid waste management has become a more complex issue worldwide. In Ecuador, only 52% of municipalities operate landfills at the final disposal stage. So as you may find that in Greece or in UK or in United States of America, every municipality has a landfill. Here only half of the cities have landfills, and the other ones we have open dams, as you may see on the picture at the bottom. So it's kind of a problem that is that we have in this country. So IoT, the Internet of Things, has great potential to improve waste management system at various points so circular economy and sustainability can be achieved. As we may face some very big challenges, we may find a solution in technology that could save us a lot of efforts in order to attach landfills and also recycling. Bins and containers integrated with filling sensors may be able to reduce overfilled or unnecessary collected bins through platforms that update waste collection routes in real time. So this research problem is part of the Municipal Solid Waste Management Integrating Automation in Santa Elena Province project. We have the reality, as you may see at the bottom, that we don't have current we don't have waste bins, so plastic bags may broke and produce what you see, that all the garbage, all the waste is on the street or on the sidewalks. On the other hand, we have other cities, as you may see on the other pictures, here in Ecuador too, that have bins. So we need to study the current situation and to propose smart solutions that municipalities could apply. Another part of this project also is to teach students and also to teach people how waste is produced and how it is managed. So we also are trying to produce some material to teach citizens, children, and also students at the university with lights and also with communication, how waste is handled and how are different types of waste that could be recycled. For the part of materials and methods, we have the study area. We have Santa Elena province is located at the map in Ecuador. It's a peninsula. And we have at the north Colombia, at the south we have Peru. Another part very important for dealing with waste also is waste materials that are collected. So we may find that in developing countries as ours, the percentage of organic waste is very high, as you are seeing that picture, that is 77%. So this value may be really different as the one that other waste collections face. Another important thing also to consider is that this composition is for Ecuador, is an average for Ecuador, since not accurate data has been generated by any of the 3 municipalities of the province. In the province, there are 3 municipalities. For the methodology, we have a phase 1 where we determine the current waste management system. And for phase 2, we propose a new waste management system. For phase 1, we implemented literature review, field visits, and interviews. And for phase 2, we analyzed similar IoT solutions. Based on these results, we propose improvements for all the stages of waste management system. Even though this project proposes an improvement for collection and segregation, we propose also improvements for other stages, since we don't think that landfills are current best practices. And finally, we design waste bins and an electric circuit. So this is the current waste management system that we have, where you can see that recyclers, they do not operate on the landfill or on other centers for that. They pick the garbage outside the houses. They open the waste bags, and there we have collection and transportation. There's no waste segregation. And at the final disposal, there are also the recyclers, very risky work conditions for them at the open dump site. So the proposed waste management system is smart waste and recycling bins, where you can recycle one for recycling, another for general waste, collection and transportation. And in these parts where we are going to implement IoT solution, we think that there should be a transfer station together with the IoT monitoring center. Then the recyclable material will be sent to another stage, and the non-recyclable will be sent to the final disposal landfill, not opened up. So the block diagram for the circuit proposed, it's based on an Arduino Uno, and it's also powered by solar energy. We have a rechargeable battery, and the IoT solution has been implemented due to a ultrasonic distance sensor to measuring the filling level, and to gas sensor to detect if there is smoke. All this data is going to be sent to an RF module to connect to Wi-Fi and then to the internet, and we will connect to the web servers. The data will be stored in the database, and we will also have the user interface by also computer and mobile devices. The proposed circuit is shown in this figure, where you can see the solar panel, the charger module, rechargeable battery. We also have Arduino Uno, and the sensors, the filling level sensor in the part, and also we have a smoke sensor. At this stage, we are proposing this circuit. We are just at the beginning of the research program, Then we are going to build the prototype, and also we are also considering maybe to change the Wi-Fi connection, since sometimes there's not a reliable connection. We are trying to reconsider this part of the Wi-Fi module. If another technology would be better to transmit the data. For the conclusion, we have that the current waste management system should be improved not only at the collection stage, as we focus, but also at the final, since landfills are better practiced as open dumps. The next stage for the research should validate the proposed bin for an operational financial point of view that has not been considered for this study. Other communication technologies such as narrowband IoT and LoRa should be also considered to transfer data. Further research should include machine learning algorithms to predict waste generation and generate more efficient picking routes. Thank you for your attention. I don't know if you have questions, please.
Thank you, Maria. Indeed, waste management is a very hot topic in the IoT domain, and many projects are taking place around the world. And as you correctly spotted, there are many issues that should be considered. Either from a human perspective, like convincing people to apply methods and behaviors that are sustainable, and they recycle or they collect their garbage in specific ways guided by the government or organization in each country. And of course, there are things that are related to technologies. How can we detect that a beam is full? And of course, the big issue of route planning that also is a very hot topic, because many algorithms and optimization techniques can be applied to minimize, for instance, travel distances, optimize the collection routes, etc. So one question is, are there any potential barriers or challenges from what you researched, from your initial research that you spotted, that may arise during the implementation process, and how can they be overcome? What you spotted in your country, what you identified? Because as I understand, you did lots of research beforehand, before start modeling the solution that you propose. So what are the potential barriers and challenges that you identified?
Thank you for your question. Yeah, we found a lot of barriers. First of all, an important barrier are the recyclers, because as you may find, the current system it's in place. So recyclers they operate opening the waste bags. So on the proposed systems, recyclers they are placed in the transfer station. At the beginning, maybe they would try to continue opening the bins, because the same has happened in other cities of Ecuador. That at first it was really difficult to implement waste bins, because these people sometimes they are really poor, and they work like this. So to try to in a certain way to give them a formal job to go to the transfer station where the IoT monitoring center is would be it's kind of difficult. We have to do a lot of socializing, and also they will improve their life quality, because all these risks will be reduced and have a proper job. So there's a big barrier. Also, a big barrier is waste segregation, because it also takes a lot of time to achieve a high percentage of waste segregations. And because we have two bins, one for general waste and one for recyclable material. And I think those are the main barriers that if we implement this solution, we will have to face and address properly in together with the municipal authorities.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer. Another question that arose in my mind during your presentation is a little bit more technical. So if you can go to the layout where you have your Arduinos there, one here. I actually probably it's something that you already had this equipment in your lab and you relied on using Arduino. But a question that arose in my mind, because we are having similar projects that we work in my research lab. I wonder why you chose to use the Arduino and not something more, I would say, more modern, like maybe an ESP32, or also you chose to have an additional layer on Arduino based on ESP8266, if I'm not mistaken. Why didn't you go for an ESP32 or another microcontroller that includes, the Wi-Fi and the LoRa and maybe connectivity, and also support deep sleep modes so you can save energy? Are you considering these?
Yeah, we are considering maybe to change to ESP32, because mainly we chose this for the first prototype, because as you mentioned, we have those on the labs, because maybe this Arduino is most common on the projects that we have found, also in the research that we made, that other cities have first implemented. on their prototypes. So maybe there's an issue that you have mentioned that maybe we should analyze these also better, maybe also mainly because of price. So as you mentioned, maybe we should change this or for when we build the prototype, or because as you mentioned, maybe it's an old technology as you mentioned, but we have that in the lab, so that's why we also we chose that also, because to implement the prototype would be easier, and we are thinking maybe to change it to another technology.
Yes, it's I understand that yes, it's all right to do a prototype, but when you go to the field and you apply it, it's better to have something that is more solid.
Thank you for your recommendation.
Yeah, another recommendation, because we are also doing similar research with beans, would be to triangulate data concerning the capacity of the bean. And in my opinion, and from the research that we have been doing during the past years, it's better to have multiple sensors instead of just one or maybe two. I see that you have a gas sensor and an ultrasonic sensor. It's not a bad idea to have more sensors in the bean, so as to ensure that the bean is full, because there are many, I would say, cases that a sensor might fail, or a sensor might get inaccurate readings. So it's better to have multiple sensors and have a better idea of what's inside the bean, and maybe of different types. For instance, you can get a weight sensor. Of course, it increases the budget. This is another thing. But you get a better understanding of what happens with the bean, with the actual bean. So
thank you for your recommendations.
Yeah. But of course, you should consider I/O ports, etc. It becomes more complicated when there are more complexity in terms of sensors. So thank you so much. I don't know if someone else has another question for Maria.
Modestos.
Luigi.
Can you hear me? Only a quick curiosity for Maria. Have you considered the CO2 emission reduction and the potential reduction or on carbon footprint, applying your proposal in your application?
Yeah, of course, that's also an important issue that we should. We have not yet do the calculations, but we will do as the research project is ongoing to calculate all the CO2 that will be reduced. Yes, thank you for your recommendation and your question.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
This is a spot-on question, especially when you are trying to optimize route planning and all these things that are related to general sustainable practices around collection of waste management. Route planning is a big issue about the footprint, actually, and of course the recycling that follows. But at least in such systems that focus on collection and practices that we apply in societies, then we should consider them holistically as we can. And thank you, Luigi, also for your contribution.
Thank you for all your questions, and thank you for your understanding.
Thank you, Maria. So I guess we are done for this session. All papers all presenters that attended presented their work. We don't have any others attending, so I guess we might close here. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you, Ermula, and thank you, Maria. And,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. See you.
See you.
Thank you, Luigi.
Thank you, Modestos. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I hope we see in Athens, or I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we meet in another time.
In another time.
in actual in the same place. And
anyway, nice to meet you and see you again. Bye.
see you
and
again. Bye bye.
Have a good day. Thank
Have
you.
a good day. Bye bye.
Buenos días. Mi conferencia era a las 10. No sé si estoy equivocada en la conexión. No sé si alguien me puede ayudar. Estimado Luigi, Santo Pietro, no sé si me pudiera ayudar. Creo que me conecté a la hora equivocada. Soy de Ecuador. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Yo creo que estoy algo confundida realmente y creo que me conecté más tarde. No sé si alguien me puede ayudar.
Dime, ¿se puedo?
Hola, Antonio. ¿Te le toca a esta hora exponer?
Bueno, mi comunicación es la tercera.
Oh, ya.
The impact of ICT.
Oh, ya vi. Sí, creo que me conecté muy tarde. Yo, la mía, era antes, calculé mal la hora.
¿Cuál era tu comunicación?
Era a las 10.
A las 10 de Grecia.
Sí.
Ah, sí. Porque esta sesión empieza a las 11.
Sí, la mía ya creo que... Me confundí con la hora. quiero consultar si me pueden ayudar o no.
Y tienes que hablar con el chat.
Ajá, porque la verdad pensé que era esta hora que me tocaba, ¿no? Me conecté muy temprano, como a la 1:30, y de ahí calculé y supuestamente era hasta ahora y he calculado mal. Ha sido a las 2. Luigi, ay, lo peor es que mi inglés no es bueno.
Yes, Alfonso, I can hear you.
Okay, and sorry for the delay. I had some technical issues. If the authors are here, we can start with this session.
Buenos días, Alfonso. No sé si me entienda. I speak Spanish. I don't speak English.
Okay, yes, I can hear you. So I see that the first presentation is entitled How 5G Will Transform Smart Cities, a literature review. The authors are Isabel Lopez, Teresa Guarda, Antonio Fernandez, and Isabel Ribeiro.
No, yo me equivoqué en la hora, no sé si me explico. Me tocaba a las 10 y me conecté mal, no sé si podía participar todavía o ya no.
Could you repeat it slowly? You are Alicia. You are Alicia Andrade. Alicia Germania Andrade Vera. I do not speak. Okay. You are one of the authors scheduled for which session? Mi può dire il titolo della sua... Ok. Ok, no problem. And I see that Dr. Kwong Pham Quoc is already here, and he is going to present his article entitled FPGA-based hardware software co-design for video encoder on IoT edge platforms. Dr. Kwong Pham Quoc, can you hear me? Okay, so good morning, and again, sorry for the delay. We had some technical issues. Now we are okay. We are ready to start, and the list of the contribution for this session to H. We should start as soon as possible with the article entitled How 5G Will Transform Smart Cities, a literature review. The authors are Isabel Lopez, Teresa Guarda, Antonio Fernandez, and Isabel Ribeiro. I can see here connected in our virtual room, Antonio Fernandez, Dr. Antonio Fernandez.
Yes, hello.
If you want to share your presentation, the floor is
Sorry
yours.
about that, but that presentation was to be made by my colleague, and she cannot present. So, if we can go to the next, please. I'm author in 3 communications, but I will only present the 3rd communication, the impact of ICT. Okay.
Okay, if you want to start with that presentation, and after we try and figure it out how to find a slot for the other 2 presentations, because we have a very tight schedule, so we will try and find a slot for your contributions.
Okay.
And, but if you want to start with another presentation, so I guess the article entitled Augmented Computing and Smart Cities Sustainability.
No, the impact
of ICT
of
on the
ICT,
agricultural sector
that's,
sustainability.
Yeah, that was to agree with my colleagues. So I only prepared that presentation. If I can do that presentation right
Yes,
now,
yes, yes.
tell me how can I work with this platform because I don't know it.
Okay, if you see the option bar on the lower side of your monitor, you see the third icon is for sharing your screen and your presentation.
Okay.
And then once you click on the icon, and the program will ask you what you want to share. I suggest to select the option entire screen. Click on the icon on the preview of your screen and then confirm the selection. Okay, now we can see you. Now you can open your presentation in presentation mode and the floor is yours.
Are you seeing the presentation?
Yes, I can see it, I can hear you.
Okay, well, let's go then.
Let's go.
So I'm Antonio Fernandes. I'm a researcher from Mountain Research Center from Institute Polytechnic of Bragança, Portugal. And I'm presenting the paper, The Impact of ICT on the Agricultural Sector's Sustainability, Evidence-Based on Practices. The presentation is organized into 4 sections, namely introduction, methodology, results, and conclusion. The agricultural sector is crucial to increase the economic growth and development of the countries and to reduce poverty, especially in developing countries whose economies depend heavily on this sector. In addition, the role of agriculture in rural development is highly expressive with regard to maintaining rural populations, protecting cultural heritage and agricultural trade, activities that shape the cultural heritage and the identity of rural regions. Worldwide, the use of ICT has been impactful in reducing poverty and in the economic empowerment of poor women and men in rural areas. Furthermore, agriculture supports other industries by providing raw materials, leveraging demand for many products, allowing industrial expansion and wealth generation. A potential mechanism to increase farmers' income is the use of improved agricultural technologies such as fertilizers, seeds, and cultivation techniques. In this sense, digital technologies are most often considered as an opportunity to enable a sustainable future in agriculture and rural areas. In the age of information technology, the numerous electronic devices and the existing software applications can offer very important contributions to the challenges that agriculture, especially the food sector, faces, such as sustainability, economy, and food security. In this context, the main objective of this study was to investigate the state of the art of ICT use in agriculture with an impact on the sustainability of the sector, based on the PRISM statement. To achieve this objective, a systematic review of the literature was carried out, which enabled data collection and subsequent analysis. In this context, the PRISMA statement was used and the Scopus database was screened. The search was performed in February 25, 2023, using the keywords impact or contributions and information and communication and technologies and sustainability and agriculture. A total of 58 publications were found. Of these, 14 documents were removed, namely 3 books, 2 conference reviews, and 9 reviews, as shown in Figure 1. Publications were selected taking into account the following criterion: empirical studies that demonstrate evidence of the impact of or contribution of ICT to sustainable agriculture. After full reading the publications, 11 publications were considered, as you can see in the figure. Then, for each document, information was collected about authorship, publication date, place, country and continent, where the research took place, type of study, methodology used, study objectives and findings. As we can see, the select studies were developed in America, Asia, Europe, and Africa. Most of them were developed in Europe, 2 in Spain, 1 in Italy, 1 in Austria, and finally 1 in Greece. The studies used predominantly primary data, 10 studies out of 11. Of the 11 publications, 91% are quantitative and only 1% are, only 9% are qualitative. The articles considered for this systematic review were published between 2019 and 2022. As shown in Figure 4, 2020 was the year that stands out both in publications, 5 publications, and citations, 67 citations. The publications aimed to examine the role of ICT advanced technological factors and the resultant carbon impact of fossil fuel emissions, to propose a prototype identification system designed and validated to provide an information system for monitoring African oil palm crops, to implement precision agriculture, to develop a mobile application for Android devices, which provides farmers and technicians with an easy-to-use tool that facilitates the management of fertile irrigation using reused water to irrigate olive groves. To examine the work of Square Roots, Brooklyn-based vertical farming company. To identify community support agriculture models with greater potential for the consumer, highlighting the role of ICT in meeting this challenge. To evaluate the reliability of multispectral images collected at different spatial resolutions by an UAV and PlanetScope and Sentinel-2 satellite platforms in monitoring onion crops. to present a case study of the recultivation of abandoned terraces on the Aegean island of Andros using a climate-smart agriculture system, which involves the establishment of an extensive meteorological network to monitor the local climate and hydrometeorological forecast. To analyze the level of knowledge and the impact of ICT in the practice of family farming, to evaluate the potential of the mobile phone promotion policy, and whether the negotiation role of human capital in reducing the application of inorganic fertilizers, ensuring environmental and agricultural sustainability goals. To investigate the association between a digital extension service, Zhejiangxi WeChat app, and the adoption of soil testing and fertilization, a precision fertilization technology. And finally, to present a comparative life cycle assessment of a conventional winter wheat production system with and without the use of a crop sensor for variable rate nitrogen application. The findings of these studies, including this systematic review, were that landlines, mobile phones, and internet servers significantly influenced fossil fuel carbon emissions. Furthermore, agriculture machinery, such as tractors, substantially increase fossil fuel carbon emissions in a region. The results were promising and provide a good basis for the implementation of precision agriculture. The mobile application adapted the scheduling of fertigation to real weather conditions and adjusts the allocation of water through the irrigation season, avoiding additional costs to the farm. Indoor vertical farming could be an opportunity to use technological innovation to increase local food production. When communities are professionalized with optimized adoption of ICT and constitute as agroecological platform cooperatives, they have a greater impact and greater potential to promote a model of food consumption based on agroecology. Satellite images, coherent and correlated with the UAV images, can be useful to evaluate the general conditions of the field. Terrace soil quality could be improved through cultivation to support food security and prevent land degradation. Few farmers use some ICT tools in agriculture, providing food security in their own way. The use of mobile phones significantly reduced the use of inorganic fertilizers by improving the human capital of farmers. The use of the Zhejiangxi WeChat application significantly increases the adoption of soil testing and formula fertilization. And finally, using optical crop sensors for variable rate nitrogen application could have a limited but positive environmental impact and highlights the importance of applying site-specific soil models to estimate field emissions. So, in conclusion, we can say that all publications show positive contributions at an environmental, economic, and social level as a result of the use of ICT, namely mobile phone, internet apps, sensors, servers, UAV, and prototypes. Also, the publications show the contribution of AI, artificial intelligence, for the adoption of a more sustainable agriculture that use less resources. Examples of these are the improvement of soil quality and its homogeneity, greater efficiency in the use of water, the use of reusable water, greater efficiency in the use of energy, greater use of solar energy, greater efficiency in the application of nitrogen, minimization of the use of inorganic fertilizers, reduction of food waste, improvement of food security, increase of farmer engagement with sustainability concerns, and finally promote a more sustainable consumption. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation, which was very interesting and relevant. I don't know if there are any final remarks from the room. Otherwise, if is it possible, I would like to ask you a question. In particular,
Yes.
I'd like to know if during these preliminary stages of your research, you had the opportunity also to assess the potential impact of these technologies related to agriculture in promoting policies or in promoting a shift in agricultural practices, in particular in marginal areas, in inland areas. I mean, in your study, do you think that the use of these technologies applied to agriculture can also contribute to promote multifunctional agricultural practices and can help to increase productivity of agricultural production in inland and marginal areas so as to address and to revert also the phenomenon of rural decline and rural shrinkage?
Well, I believe so, but the greater problem, on my view, and on my knowledge of the Portuguese reality, is that our villages are getting older, if I can say so.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Okay, because farmers are getting older and young people are leaving the villages to come to the cities where they can get a job and I believe a better life. So
Okay.
the first thing is and I'm a teacher in agricultural school, so that justified the theme because we want to learn how young farmers, but we think only on young farmers because in Portugal we have a national association of younger farmers, and we want to. We have done this research, this review, because we are preparing an empirical study later on these subjects, younger farmers, and how they are using the ICT. Because on my view, the older farmers they don't use it, and they are not willing to use it because they are old. It's so. Responding objectively to your question, I believe so, but this, let's say, revolution will be made by younger farmers.
Okay.
The question is how to fix these young people in the villages in an activity is not so attractive because in the economic sense.
Okay.
But ICT can help to improve the economic results due to the efficiency that brings to the activity and other advantages, of course.
Okay. Thank you for your answer, and thank you again for your presentation. And now the next presentation is entitled, sorry, if I'm not mistaken, FPGA-based hardware software co-design for video encoder on IoT edge platforms. The author is Dr. Quang Van Quoc. If you are ready to present your article, to share your presentation, the floor is yours. And Mr. Dr. Fernandez, can I ask you to, okay, stop sharing your screen? No? Okay, yes. Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Quang Van Quoc, can you hear us? Okay. Just a moment. I can see that Dr. Teresa Guarda has joined the session. Can you hear us?
Yes, good morning.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. I have some problems with the
Now
connection.
I can hear you. Okay, and I am trying to get in touch with Dr. Quang Van Quoc, but since you have joined the session, are you able to present your contribution? Okay. And Dr. Teresa Guarda, can you hear me?
Yes. Now
Okay.
I hear you. Yes.
Can I ask you to raise the volume of
Sorry, can you repeat? Sorry, but the connection is not good.
Okay, you can turn off your camera if you prefer, in order to get a better audio. Okay. And if you are ready and if you want to share your presentations, I guess the article entitled How 5G Will Transform Smart Cities, a literature review. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not that. Sorry.
No.
No, mine is the last.
Okay. Augmented computing and smart cities sustainability.
Yes.
Okay. And
I
why?
will share.
Who was in
share.
charge of presenting the first presentation? How 5G will transform smart city? Maybe Isabel Ribeiro?
No, but it's not mine. Mine is I will present the augmented computing and smart city sustainability.
Okay. So we are reshaping the program. Is not a problem. So if you want to start with your presentation, the floor is yours.
No, you can you can use the order, please. I think the authors then is here to present Antonio Fernandez.
Antonio Fernandez already presented the contribution entitled the impact of ICT on the agricultural sector sustainability.
And that I suppose the other that we are talking is good morning,
Isabel
Antonio.
Lopes hello. Isabel Lopes will not present her paper, I believe.
And that
So
can you?
if you can present yours.
No, you can present yours. You don't present now. No.
I have already presented my paper.
Another section. Okay.
Okay.
Then I will present mine. Just a moment to share the presentation.
Yes. In the meanwhile, I would ask to Dr. Luis Enrique Chuquimarca Jimenez if he can hear us and if he is willing to present his article after Dr. Guarda has finished our presentation.
I think that Luis can start again. Can start now. Buenos días, Luis. Ya sé que estás esperando, puedes avanzar.
Buenos días, Teresa. Sí, en el caso de que termine su presentación, puedo avanzar yo o no sé, como desea.
No. La empieza tú, por favor.
Okay.
Sorry, I think you can use the order. Luis is in a position before of mine.
So, Dr. Jimenez, would you like to present your article now?
Yes, no problem, Alfonso.
Okay, so the floor is yours. If you want to share your presentation with us.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
You can see? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Luis Chuquimarca. It's a pleasure to be here today to talk about identification of bus station on the urban transport network based on GPS tracking data. In this conference, we will explore how we can efficiently utilize GPS technologies to identify bus stations in a urban transport network. I will start to be briefed introducing the importance of this topic and how the use of GPS tracking data can provide valuable information to improve the efficiency and passenger experience in public transportation. Then I will discuss some approach methodologies used to identify bus station based on the data. I am excited to share with you the advancement in the identification of bus station based on GPS tracking data. And I hope in this presentation will be informative and stimulating for everyone. And let's go to start. Okay. The smart cities are increasingly relevant concept in the age of technology and urbanization. And these cities aim to utilize innovation and information technologies to improve the quality of life for their residents, as well as the efficiency and sustainability of service and urban infrastructure. In smart cities, various systems and devices are connected to intelligent networks and generating and sharing real-time data. This data is used to make informed decisions and optimize the management of resources and services such as energy, um, and transportation, and mobility and security, waste mining, management, and weather supply. And the smart cities also prioritize sustainability and the reduction of environmental impact. Measures are implemented to improve energy efficiency, encourage sustainability, mobility, and reduce greenhouse gas emission, and promote intelligent management of natural resources. The global IoT smart cities market is expected to reach a size of $521.23 billion by 2029, growing a card and year of 18.9% during the forecast period. And smart cities initiatives are being implemented in urban development cities to efficiently management various assets and resources such as transportation system, power plants, water networks, waste management, and community service. And the increasing urban worldwide is driving the adoption of smart cities projects. So countries recognize the need to effectively management infrastructure and assets. And governments are collaborating and partnering to transition from traditional silo-based models to integrate service and delivery models. North America currently holds the largest market share, and driven by the growing number of smart cities projects and government investment in the United States. The Asia and Middle East and Africa regions offer significant growth opportunity to infrastructure and development and the rise of smart cities projects. The report aims to provide a comprehensive assessment of the market, including insight, historical data, market size projection and understanding of market dynamics and structures. The global transportation for smart cities market is projected to reach $32.13 billion by 2027, and growing at a CAGR of 17.5% during forecast period. And the smart cities are well-connected cities that utilize information and communication technology to improve operational efficiency and share information among the public and enhancement government service and citizen welfare. And in the transportation sector, smart cities initiatives focus on advanced projects that utilize technology that like IoT, GPS, and fiber optics to enhance transportation infrastructure and improve mass transportation. This article discusses the analysis of raw GPS tracking data in the context of urban transport networks. The data often contains the linear interpolation method is used to address missing points with 30-second time intervals. The analysis focuses on the characteristic of the urban transport networks over on 1 hour period. The data analysis process involves collecting and processing raw data to extract relevant information for decision making. Space-time algorithm based on GPS tracking sector data is used to build a model of the urban transport network, which includes approximately 235 bus service stations. And the data analysis processing urban environment, such as Santa Elena City, consists of several phases. Raw data is processed by organizing it into tables, reviewing the data sets, refining them to identify and correct errors. And the algorithms are then applied to analyze the data and describe the behavior of urban transport. And visualization techniques are used to communicate the result and users. Passenger information system is implemented using GPS technology to track the localization buses, and the system stores and process information on web servers, providing real-time bus localization and web application for passengers. And the system includes GPS installed in each bus and information screen at bus station, availability of passenger information on mobile devices. The system is monitored from the Central Urban Public Transport Office in Santa Elena. And the use of urban public transport in Santa Elena helps reduce road congestion and improves mobility, indirectly enhancing the city's productivity. And automatic ticket usage is a cost-effective technology that simplifies the process for passengers. It utilizes smart cards with embedded in microchips to store electronic travel ticket information. This system enables tracking of passenger numbers and travel times and revenue, facilitating future planning for urban transport routes. And it also enhances security by reducing fraudulent activities. If a card is lost or stolen, it can be deactivated, and the remaining balance can be refunded or transferred to a new card. Automated ticket in some sense supports the case for mobility ticketing as well, and illustrates the process of using tickets to passengers using electronic cards. And the results, the current issue in the bus transportation system of the city of Santa Elena is the need for real-time information for passengers regarding the localization of bus and arrival departure schedules. Due to the lack of information in real time, passengers arrive late at work at times are forced to take private transport such as taxis. And the passenger information system facilitates access to information about buses time bills and the estimated arrival times. It is the possible to obtain the localization of the buses by enabling them in with GPS technology. And the studies in the city of Santa Elena show that some of the passengers arrive late at their destination because they decide to wait for a bus without knowing if the bus is arriving punctually. On the other hand, the localization of the buses in the city will be beneficial for the passenger to plan in the exit to the bus station. The the bus localization is obtained through a GPS model connected to a high performance single board computer called Raspberry Pi and GSM model. And the GPS model provides the bus localization which the Raspberry Pi process. Additionally, data from passengers count sensor on the bus in collect and process by the Raspberry Pi, and updates are transmitted via Wi-Fi. The sensor for counting the number of passengers can be an infrared sensor. The Wi-Fi GSM model transmits the information the bus terminal control model. The model describes in this article consists Wi-Fi enabled Raspberry Pi that receives bus coordinates, arrival times, and passenger information. The Raspberry Pi processes this data and sends it in real time to a central server. Users can access this information through a smartphone, an application, or display for example, application in the bus stations. Passengers can use the smartphone application to check the live localization and arrival times of their desired bus, even from home using wireless internet access. And the conclusions, the process models aims to provide passengers with accurate information about the bad localizations and arrival departure schedules, eliminating the need for waiting without prior planning. advanced the technology solution have been incorporated into the existing bus transportation system to enable passengers to access urban transportation information through smartphone applications. However, the project's limitation lies in the lack of the detailed information on the implementation process and specify and challenge encouraged. The study presents an approach that combines sensor information and GPS localization to identify critical public transportation stations. Overall, the work demonstrates the potential for leveraging cutting-edge technologies to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of urban public transportation. Excuse me. In future research, there is a need to further investigate the integration of advanced technologies in urban transportation system. The approach proposed in this study, which combines pedestrian walkway sensor information and GPS localization, holds potential for identifying critical public transportation stations. And to advance this work, future studies should focus on refining and scaling up the approach to large urban areas, assessing its effectiveness in different urban contexts and exploring its integration with another smart city initiatives. This will make ongoing development and improvement systems. I want to thank you for your attention during the presentation. It has been a pleasure to share this information with all of you. If you have any further questions or would like to delve into any topic, I will be happy to assist. Thank you. You again, and have a great day.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. Are there any questions? Okay, I have just a curiosity. When you talk about identifying critical bus station, do you think it would be also relevant to define criticality in terms also of lack or poor conditions of accessibility to bus stations from the point of view of pedestrian and also from the point of view of the multimodal integration of the bus systems with the infrastructures of active mobility?
For example, on the station and the bus critical and relevant infrastructure model. The summary you provide excuse me. Excuse me.
Sorry, but I can't hear you.
And refers to bus stations that are particular importance.
Okay.
Due to their current state or condition.
Okay.
this base station may require immediate attention or actions due to uses such as structural damage
Okay.
and numbers of bases or
Okay. Okay.
safety concerns.
Okay. Thank you very much for your answer. Maybe my question was a bit off topic. Thank you again for your presentation, for your interesting contribution to this session. Now, I guess that we can go to the next author, Dr. Teresa Guarda. If you would like to share your presentation and to present your article entitled in Augmented Computing and Smart Cities Sustainability. So the floor is yours.
Yes, I can. You can see the presentation.
Yes, we can see your presentation. Okay.
Okay, perfect. This session is about, this paper was about augmented computing and smart city sustainability. Smart cities promote a great improvement in urban environment in terms of sustainability, leveraged by the use of technologies that allow the optimization and monitoring of different systems, from waste management systems to public safety, between others. There are several technologies that can play a key role in this process, highlighting augmented computing, augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. In this context, smart cities collects and analyze the various systems process and many challenges that.
Sorry if I interrupt you. We still see the first slide. Is it okay, or it is?
I know that I'm making the introduction, nothing more.
Okay. Sorry.
Just
I wanted only to check. Sorry
a
if I
small
interrupted
presentation.
you.
No, and no problem. I just can, as I won't pass all the context, nothing more. Okay, but I understand that now. Actually, there are many challenges that arise in order to have sustainable smart cities challenge in terms of privacy and security, but also in promoting inclusion and equity. It is important to adopt an inclusive and holistic approach that involves all the stakeholders and takes in account the specific needs and objectives of a city. With this in mind, the adoption of augmented computing technologies facilitates the creation of more livable and also more sustainable urban environments. And the main objective of this work is to explore the area of augmented computing in the context of smart cities and sustainability. This work is organized in 5 sections. We'll begin with introduction. In the second section, we provide an overview of the augmented computing and the technologies used. In the third section, is about the smart cities and its sustainability, focusing in sustainable development. The fourth, explore the challenge of new technologies, specifically augmented computing, and its impact on the sustainability of smart cities.
Okay, so we are experiencing some technical issues. We have lost Professor Guarda, so we have to wait for her to rejoin the room. Thank you for your patience. Dr. Fernandez, can you hear me?
Yes.
And could you be so kind to check with Dr. or Professor Guarda to and see what kind of issues she is experiencing now, because she left the room and maybe she didn't notice. So
okay.
if you could kindly inform her that she has left the room so that she can rejoin us and
Okay.
restart the presentation, continue the presentation. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Por favor, não desligue. Sim?
Isabel, olha, é o seguinte, nós estamos aqui no ICIT, a Teresa Guarda estava a apresentar e aconteceu um problema qualquer e pronto, desapareceu daqui. E agora o Chair está-me a perguntar, como nós somos coautores, né, se conseguia contactar a Teresa Guarda para perceber o que é que aconteceu. Porque deixámos de a ver, deixámos de ouvir, saiu.
Ela mandou uma mensagem ontem à noite, já ouvi agora. Até ia vos ligar agora, é que vos podeis fazer também o segundo. Eu disse que era também do segundo, o segundo, não sei qual que é o segundo.
O segundo não é nosso.
Não, terceiro, podias fazer lá, está a perguntar.
Eu já fiz o meu. Como não estava mais ninguém, deram-me prioridade, só estava eu. Apresentei logo. Mas tu não apresentas o teu. Mas a Teresa estava agora a apresentar o dela. Mas saiu. Consegues ligar para perceber o que é que. É só para avisar que saiu, porque pode não ter-se apercebido. Ou pelo menos depois diz-me o que é que aconteceu, está bem?
O que ela mandou a mensagem foi às 2 da manhã, porque são 4 da manhã, no computador. E ela disse: tu podes fazer o segundo e o terceiro. Está-me a perceber?
Não.
Mas podias fazer a segunda sessão e a terceira da Xera.
E a segunda e a terceira? Sim, eu tenho a tarde livre. Está bem.
Pronto, ok. A segunda e a terceira, pode dizer que vou dizer alguma coisa dela, já vou ligar.
Pronto, ok. Obrigado. Alfonso, are you?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, I call a colleague that will call Teresa Guarda in order to understand what is happening.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? Because I will be the chair on a session later in the afternoon.
Okay.
And to enter. I'm sorry. To enter the session, the chair needs some password or not?
No. You join this session as a participant,
Okay.
and we will be in charge of managing the virtual room. So you don't have to worry
Okay.
about that. You will join the session as you did now,
Okay.
as you did this morning. So,
Okay.
okay, hopefully it can solve at least this problem and continue with the presentation by Professor Guarda.
Yes, I will. I'm waiting
Okay.
some response from my colleague.
Yeah. Okay. We will wait. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Alfonso. There is no way to Teresa Guarda present the paper because she went out of internet and she only has the mobile phone and she has not. She does not have the mobile data. So I'm sorry.
So there is no way to restart or to continue the presentation. I
No,
understand.
she can't. She can.
And she can't join you because you are in different places, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in Portugal and she's in Ecuador.
Yes, of course. Yes. Yes. Quite different places, quite distant.
Yes.
Okay. this being the situation, I'm afraid that we have to close here the session. Unfortunately, we weren't able to listen to several presentations, to listen to at least 3 of the scheduled interventions, and unfortunately, this can happen in a conference run in a blended mode, and I want to thank all the participants for their contribution, for their presentation, and I hope to see you soon in the next sessions of the 23rd ICCSA conference. Thank you very much again, and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.